Hello again and welcome to another episode of I Want to Talk About This Album. And today I'm continuing to plow through the Motorhead discography. I've been going through Motorhead records for quite some time now. I'm not done yet. I've got quite a few more to go. But today I'm going to do Bastards. And this album, you know, some of the later era Motorhead albums I've talked about, I don't really like them that much. You know, they're more like, and to me Motorhead is a heavy metal band. You know, they were right from the start. But in the, you know, let's say from Hammered, or maybe even you could argue this album, Bastards, this is my point, is that I think this album, this was Mikkey D's first real album. He played on the one before March or Die, kind of. I think he was just a guest. And I think Tommy Aldridge also played. Forget about March or Die. Really forget about March or Die. It sucks. But I think this kind of was the beginning of Motorhead being not just a metal band, a heavy metal band like they were, you know, remember people called AC/DC and Van Halen heavy metal bands in the late 70s, early 80s. And I like that heavy metal Motorhead, but I didn't like the latter era heavy metal, more like thrashy Motorhead, like Inferno and, you know, some of their later stuff. This one kind of, I think, was the start of that. Now, I do like this. I'm kind of in the middle on this record. Maybe more in the middle. I do like this record much closer to saying it's a great record than saying it's a bad record. And I think we have a tendency, I've probably talked about this before, to, you know, especially with Judas Priest. There was a Judas Priest record I talked about. I can't remember which one, but I think it was it the, I can't remember. It came between two classics. Maybe whatever came between Hellbent for Leather and then between British Steel, or I think it was God. Why am I talking about Judas Priest? Anyway, I think this one, because it came after March or Die, and March or Die was really not very good. You know, at that point, for me anyway, Motorhead was kind of falling a little bit out of favor, although the album before March or Die was in 1969. I love that record. So I think part of the reason why I like this album, Bastards, maybe quite a bit, especially at the time, is that maybe I didn't have high expectations because March or Die was not so good. So this one exceeded my expectations and was way better, way better than March or Die. This, and I'll show it. This had, this album has, Bastards has, maybe kind of a good thing, bad thing. I mentioned Mikkey D. Maybe this has the best sounding drums of any Motorhead album. Kind of like Creatures of the Night. This has really big sounding bombastic drums, which I think is generally not good for Motorhead, but I love the sound of the drums on this record. But I think Mikkey D's drumming really changed Motorhead. I've talked about this several times, I think. Filthy Taylor was, I think, a great Motorhead drummer. He had a really cool style for Motorhead. Mikkey D was much more of a fast pounding, you know, real traditional European heavy metal, power metal, I'm not sure, drummer. And I think he really changed the sound of Motorhead. I think that's all I have to say about this in general. And I will also point out, this came out in 93, and I have the CDs of all of these, and it's very rare that I remember to show them, but I do have it on CD too. And this came out in 93, and I don't know if I used to, for years and years, I missed some over the years, but I always wrote the date of when I bought them. It was always on the last page. Yeah, this one, no, I don't have the date on this one. Oh no, there is a date. Oh, it's very hard to read. Oh, it's I guess blue ink on black paper. Very hard to read. I need to get the right light. I can see December. This is very interesting stuff, so I got to get it right. Oh, the light is can I get it? There it is. Oh, December 31st, 1993. I got this on New Year's Eve. For some reason, I was out CD shopping on New Year's Eve. I don't know when it came out. It came out in some point in 93. Probably not too long before this, because I usually, even back then, I got Motorhead albums fairly soon after they came out. I think I can get to the track by track. The packaging of this record, you can see it came in, it's kind of weird. I don't know if I've got another record like this. It came in this thick plastic. This was how it was shipped to me. I mean, it was in a box, but there was no shrink wrap on it. It was this thick, and my cat is doing something she shouldn't be doing. And my dog is barking. I'm having I'm having all kinds of animal troubles here. So yeah, it's this thick plastic, and you can see it says limited edition colored vinyl. I assume this is the color of it. And I did open it up, and this is why I got the CD, because this came like this. I did open it up to see what it looked like inside, and there's nothing. It's just a plain white sleeve inside. Yeah, here's the vinyl. I guess it looks cool. I'm warming up a little bit to the different splatter or what else, marbled things like that, or just colored. So there it is. But I don't know why they didn't, because the CD, that was why I got it out, because I wanted to check. When I opened this and I saw there was no liner notes or lyrics or anything, I swore the CD had it, and it did. The CD had it had lyrics, very, very, very small. Look at the thank you list. You have to be Steve Austin, the not Stone Cold Steve Austin, but the $6 Million Man Steve Austin, to read that. No, his eyes were good for far away. Maybe you need to be, whatever the opposite of Steve Austin is, you need a good strong magnifying glass. So the lyrics are in here. So I don't know why this record had such a lousy packaging. I guess that's, I don't know who put this out, who licensed it. I can check that. This is ZYX Music, although the original record was on that label too. Oh, this is from Germany. It says file under heavy metal. Oh, golden, I guess this is it, golden core. Golden core. So yeah, just really shitty, lazy packaging. There's no packaging at all. All right, so going through this track by track, the first one is On Your Feet or On Your Knees. This is a really, really fast one, but I've talked about this before. So I like fast Motorhead. Man, come on, Ace of Spades, and they have so many great songs. They're real fat. We Are Motorhead, and some of my favorites. This is, and then there's the fast ones that are more like metal Motorhead, like Sacrifice. I don't like Sacrifice too much. It's too like modern contemporary metal. But On Your Feet or On Your Knees, that's a good one. Fast, up tempo, and it sounds like Motorhead. It's a good song. And I don't have too much to say about these songs. I think this one, I know it well enough that I didn't need to write notes, but I don't know the lyrics tremendously well. So I'm not going to be quoting, I don't think, too many lyrics on this one. This is, I guess, lyrically, On Your Feet or On Your Knees was about the media. I guess similar to Talking Heads, which was on Bomber. I Know What the Blind Man Sees, On Your Feet or On Your Knees. It's on, shut up, I'm talking to you, it's on television, so it can't be true. And then the second verse, shut up, I'm talking to you, it's on television, so it must be true. I guess Lemmy's criticism of the media. And next is Burner. This one I don't like. This one, it's okay, but this is just super, super fast, just double bass the whole time. And just, for me, it's just too much like thrashy Motorhead. I'm sure some Motorhead fans would love that. That song is okay. Burner. Brutal music in the night. Can't remember. Next is Death or Glory. Death or Glory, Death or Glory. Another fast one. There's something about this one that stood out to me. I can't remember. This is the one that has kind of a cool, is it this one? I think, yeah, it does. It has that kind of cool breakdown drum part in the middle of that. Like that. Next is I Am the Sword. This one I like a lot. I like that cool drum intro. Yeah, I Am the Sword is a good one. Next is Born to Raise Hell. This is an amazing Motorhead song. This is fantastic. This is how I like Motorhead. There are different styles of Motorhead that I like. This is one of them, Born to Raise Hell. And it does, it starts with the kick drum. And just for 1.5 seconds, dun, 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 it sounds like it's On the Road from, or Built for Speed, I guess On the Road was the original title that was on the Hearing record, and then they renamed it and redid some lyrics for Built for Speed on Orgasmatron, my favorite Motorhead record. And that dun, dun, dun sounds like exactly like Built for Speed. But yeah, Born to Raise Hell is excellent. It's kind of got some boogie. It's got some strut, some swagger. This one's got Lemmy all over it. And they redid it for, that movie Airheads, that shitty movie with Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi, Brendan Fraser. And Lemmy did this one with, I don't know if I think it was the exact same song, but maybe they just swapped in some vocals of Whitfield Crane from, not XYZ, why was I going to say XYZ? Ugly Kid Joe and Ice-T. And I love Ice-T. And I'm going to talk about an Ice-T record at some point. I've got it right here. I love Ice-T, but he sucked singing that song. He sounded like he was just kind of yelling and talking. Whitfield Crane was okay. But for me, I'll take the Motorhead version. I think musically it was the same, just vocally it was different. And Born to Raise Hell is great. Next is Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me. This song I don't like it at all. It's this was around the time, this was 2 albums after 1916, and 1916 had that great title track of Lemmy, just kind of a spoken word thing, talking about the soldiers and the war and everything. And Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me, it's not spoken word, and it's not a ballad, but it is a quiet acoustic song. And I don't really like Motorhead acoustic songs, and this is no exception. I think also lyrically, Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me, it's, I guess, unsurprisingly about child sexual abuse, about a little girl sleeping in her bed last night. Little girl sleeping, something. Daddy comes home and he, I don't know what he does, but he does bad things. And it's just kind of a strange thing to talk about. And it's pretty direct too. And musically, it's not good. And I think it just seems, I can't even explain it, but I don't know if it makes me uncomfortable lyrically. I don't know. But I think even forget about that. Even if it was about a different topic, different material, I just don't like this. I don't like Motorhead doing that kind of song. Yeah, so Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me. Pointless song. Next song, this would be, this is written in German. Site A and Site B. Bad Woman is next. It's okay. This one is nothing really stands out to me at this one. It does also have a little bit of boogie to it. It's got some boogie woogie piano a little bit. And it reminds me a little bit of a Wasp song. Is it Blind in Texas, I think? When I hear Bad Woman, it reminds me a little bit of the guitar tone, and I think musically. Yeah, I think it is Blind in Texas it reminds me of. Next is Liar. Liar is one of the best Motorhead songs of this era for sure. Let's say once Motorhead started to, and they had this lineup, well, minus Wurzel. It was Lemmy, Phil, and Mickey for a long, long time. One of the best, maybe even my number one, although there's another one on this album that I like maybe just as much. Liar is a great song. This is Angry Lemmy. Liar, liar. You take your hand from me, I'll tear it from your wrist, just take your hand from me. It's a very angry song. Liar, your mother's ashes dug, do not presume to fool me with your tales of God. Liar is a fantastic song. Next is Lost in the Ozone. Again, this is, it's a kind of an acoustic song, kind of not heavy, but it's a rock song, but kind of acoustic. I never get into that, Lost in the Ozone. Next is I'm the Man. I'm Your Man, not I'm the Man. I'm Your Man. I just mentioned that Liar is one of the great Motorhead songs of this era. I'm Your Man. These are my two favorites on the album for sure. It's got that kind of bluesy intro. And then it's got the Motorhead swagger. It's really strutting. And they name check themselves. In the second verse, it's can't see me, I'm the man laid in bed. Can't see me, give a damn, Motorhead. That's a really, really good song. And let that be a lesson to you. A couple more. We Bring the Shake. Motorhead, I think for being this kind of music, you don't really think of them as a riffy band, but We Bring the Shake does have a cool riff to it, and it's not a favorite, but I like We Bring the Shake. And then the last song is Devils. Good song, good melodic chorus. Devils in my head tonight, and then Angels in my head tonight. Na, 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 na. At the end, the outro, two things about that. One, this part that I'm just kind of mimicking singing, na, 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 na. That really, really reminds me of something, and I have no idea what it was. I've been trying to think of this for 30 years, what that reminds me of. This goes on a little bit too long. It shows here that it's 5:59. That's 1 second short of 6 minutes, which is pretty long for a Motorhead song. And it's just, it kind of goes on and on the last 2 minutes or so. They could have lopped a couple of minutes off the song, but Devils is a good song. And that's it. So not too much to say about this one. I feel like I'm kind of rushing through, maybe not my best effort. And I probably like it more than I let on when I listened to it today. I really did enjoy it. It's kind of, I think for me, a little bit of a forgotten Motorhead record. It was when they were kind of transitioning. New drummer, March or Die was really bad. They were on I think this was a new label. I think this was the first maybe and only on this label, ZYX, or ZYX as we say in Canada. So I had maybe kind of forgotten that I like this as much as I do. But what about the album cover? It's not that great, is it? It's all right. It's kind of similar to March or Die. Just, white on black, almost more like a sketch. And Motorhead had such great album covers. Is this Joe Pantano? I think it is still him. I don't know, but yeah, not the best one. But anyway, there it is. More Motorhead to come. And until then, you can be satisfied with Bastards.